Welcome back to Storytime with Lynn. Today I'll be reading Teach Your Dragon Body Safety by Steve Herman. It's me, Drew. I'm back again with my dragon, Diggery-Doo. Since he and I are best of friends, he sticks to me like glue. We do everything together, and there's nothing we don't share. And if we ever need each other, then each other's always there. Although Diggory's usually smiling, one day he wore a frown. Diggery-Doo, what's wrong? I asked. Why are you so down? Maybe I can help you out, if things aren't going well. If something's heavy on your heart, I'm someone you can tell. There's a girl at school, he said, and every single day she hugs me on the playground, and I cannot get away. I don't like it when she does that, not one single bit. But she does it anyway and doesn't want to quit. I don't want to hurt her feelings or have her think that I'm not nice. But I don't want her hugging me. Do you have some advice? I said, perhaps you could explain and help her understand that you prefer that she high-five or simply shake your hand. Maybe no one ever told her that a hug is not polite, unless you have permission, and Diggory, it's your right, to refuse a hug or kiss or pat by telling someone no, and if they hug you anyway, it's okay to say, let go. He thanked me for my help and said he'd give my way a try. Then he said, I have a question. Sometimes I wonder why. I have to hug our Uncle Phil. He squeezes me too tight. I hate it when he does that. His hugs just don't feel right. I said, even if it's family, you have the right to choose. If you want them touching you, or if you will refuse. If you don't want a hug, you don't have to grin and bear it. Your body is your own. You are not required to share it. Mom and Dad came to our room to tuck us into bed. They kissed us both goodnight, and then Mom said, we heard the conversation that the two of you just had, and we'd like to join in. We have something more to add. Dad told me, Drew, you're right. What you said is true. To hug or not to hug, he said, the choice is up to you. You may feel all warm and cozy when a loved one holds you tight, but there are many times that you might find a touch does not feel right. You may feel uncomfortable when someone's touching you, and you don't have to let them if you don't want them to. Uncomfortable, said Diggory. That's a word that I don't know. Mom replied, when someone hugs you and you wish they'd let you go. Your tummy might start hurting or your heart beat fast as well. If that happens, tell them no and find someone to tell. Diggory said, sometimes I want to cry or my palms begin to sweat. Does that also mean uncomfortable? Dad said, you bet. Your body is your own from your hair down to your toes. But we need to talk about the parts beneath our clothes. We call these our private parts that no one else can see. We don't show these parts to others. That's how it ought to be. No one is allowed to touch these parts which we keep hidden. Touching kids and dragons there is something that's forbidden. So if someone tries to touch you on your private parts, you must quickly run away and tell a grown-up that you trust. Diggory said, I went to the doctor just the other day. He touched me on my private parts. Was what he did okay? Mom said, a doctor's touch is different. A doctor keeps us well. That includes our private parts, so there's no need to tell. You're not alone when with the doctor. Whenever you or Drew must go to the doctor, someone always goes with you. Someone on your safety team is always by your side. A safety team? What's that? Diggery-Doo and I replied. Dad said, "A safety team is all the people that you trust to help you when you need it most, or if you feel you must. Have someone you can talk to when something doesn't feel quite right, like your parents or your grandma or your teacher, Mrs. Bright." Mom said, "Some safety teams are different. They're not all alike." "Like our friend Tim," I said, "who lives with his Uncle Mike." "That's right," Dad said. "Your safety team loves you very much. You can tell them anything. That includes unwanted touch." "Don't keep secrets," Mom said. "Promise me that you wouldn't. We don't hide when someone's done something that they shouldn't." "Secrets aren't like birthday parties that we keep as a surprise. If a secret is hiding bad behaviors, that wouldn't be wise." "But we touch when we play tag," I said, "or holding someone's hand." Dad said, "That kind of touch is fine, if first you understand that everyone who's playing tag all have agreed to play, or the person whose hand you hold has said that it's okay. If someone tells you, 'No, don't touch,' then you have to quit. And of course you know we never slap or pitch or hit. Any touch that causes pain we never tolerate. Just keep your hands to yourself and that would be just great." Some kinds of touch are good, but some kinds of touch are not. And our talk with Mom and Dad really helped us out a lot. We've learned that when a touch is wrong, that's something we should tell. And Diggory do, and I sure hope that you have learned as well. The end. Be sure to check out all of these other books in the Dragon series. Thank you so much for joining me today on Storytime with Lynn, reading Teach Your Dragon Body Safety.